Friends, Doc South here. Well, today actually to save some money, I the other day I invested in the supermarket I work for, excuse me, had a deal on that oatmeal that you mix with water and then nuke it, and it was buy one get one free. So heck, I got me. I think I got about 20 packs of oatmeal to eat, which is fine with me. And it's all different flavors. I got the flavor assortment, package. And what I do too with oatmeal quite often is if I got some raisins around the house, well, I throw a few raisins in there, nuke them along with the oatmeal, and darn, not bad. Actually, it's a good little breakfast. And evidently, something that's been around forever. So I don't know. I feel kind of like I'm in touch with, early history when I'm gorfing down the oatmeal and watching the news on TV. Any case, so the morning report, right? I don't know. I was looking at the raisins, and I had this box of it's the Sun-made raisins. That I got at the supermarket. They had a deal, and I got some. And I noticed when I looked on the box, I think, since 1912, there's been the Sun-Made Raisin Company. I had no idea they were that old. They've been around, well, I'm old, and they've been around since I was a kid. I mean, I can remember, the little packs of Sun-Made raisins that get thrown in your lunchbox. And so I dug in a little further. I said, gee, a company that old must have a pretty neat history. Turns out, they started out, and I think still may be. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But they started out definitely as a cooperative, a farmers cooperative in California. Evidently, there must have been, from what I understand, about 800 farms that raised grapes to make raisins, if I understand it right. And they got all together and packaged their collective efforts to by way of Sun-Made. The idea being, I guess, that the raisins were made in the sun. I thought, gee, there must be. How in the heck do they have some factory churning out raisins? No, evidently the sun to this day, I guess, still does it. They either lay the raisin grapes on trays sometime in late summer, early fall, and the California sun dries them up into raisins. They can sometimes they'll let the grapes dry into raisins on the vines themselves, and then they have a way of, I guess they lay down sheets and shake the vines, get Tarzan to do it or whatever, and the grapes fall onto these I guess collection areas, and bingo, they I guess they get washed and sent out to the public. And they've been doing that now for over 100 years at the Sun-Made Company. I noticed, I think as a kid, there's always been the young lady holding a tray of raisins, offering them to you. Actually, no, she's got a tray of grapes. She's taken a tray of grapes off to be dried. See, if you look, they're green. Okay. And but they're eventually going to be raisins. Give her a few weeks. And evidently that was some young lady. Of course, I guess they've changed her hairdo and her makeup, to reflect the times. But evidently the girl in the red bonnet was, I guess, a young lady named Lorraine Collette, I believe it is. And she was just sitting in the sun drying her hair, and she had a red bonnet, I guess, just kind of hanging out. And I guess one of the promotion people for Sun-Made Raisins saw her and said, hey, could you mind posing for an oil painting of your, a portrait, and we'll use you on we're thinking of using you on the boxes of raisins we sell. She said yes, and bingo. By the way, I understand her bonnet, the pretty red bonnet, you can go see it at the Smithsonian. I think it's there, yeah. Huh? Neat. And during the war years, Sun-Made would send little boxes of raisins out to our soldiers. a little treat from home. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. And then eventually they branched out into things like apricots and I guess plums, turning plums into prunes and like that. And I guess nowadays they knock out about 200 million pounds of raisins a year. And yeah, and of course they branched into figs, like I said, dates, cranberries, apples. Prunes, apricots, tropical fruit, and they also now they dip their products in like chocolate and yogurt and stuff. Huh? Of course, they wind up in all sorts of confections and cakes and stuff. So I don't know. The lowly raisin, huh? Neat. I got to thinking like. Who eventually? I know raisins have been around. Evidently, people have been. There's records from 1700 BC of recipes they have found for things you would make and add raisins to. Yes, yes. And they were considered pretty much a staple back in those days. I can sort of, and then I imagine if you go back even further, raisins must have occurred naturally out in nature. If you had a grapevine and the birds didn't get to all the grapes, or your fellow tribe members didn't get to the grapes, well, some of those grapes would dry, right there on the vine. And I can see some guy, he's walking, him and his pal are walking down down the trail, and they spot what used to be a grapevine, but everything's gone. All there is these little dried up things sitting on the sitting on the stems. I can see one saying to the other, "Hey, what do you think?" "I don't know. It's all dried up. Look at it. Ugh. I don't know." "Yeah, why don't you try it?" "No, why don't you try it?" "Idiot, I'm not going to try it. You try it." And and then all of a sudden a bird comes by and eats it and looks pretty happy with himself, huh? Yeah. Okay, so now there's still another one over there, so they grab that, and the first guy, "Hey, these ain't bad. Put a little chocolate on these, throw them in our cereal." I imagine that's how it had to have happened. Someone just decided, yeah. Anyway, so good old raisins. I don't know. There'd be something to think about when you're eating your oatmeal. I gotta say, this box is empty, so I'm going to have to get me. I saw we're having a deal. I think we can get a much bigger canister of raisins. I think they're about $5 right now. So I'm going to. Gosh, I'm thinking I'm going to. I got plans. Got to find me $5 and go get some raisins. But anyway, I thought you might like that. It turns out it's a pretty cool history, huh? God, and again, around for absolutely ever. Get right down to it. Anyway, I'll see you later, friends. Go have some oatmeal. Yeah, you got some raisins around the house. Everybody does. We'll see you later. Bye now. God bless.